So we are live. So we call the meeting to order at 2:10. Does somebody want to do the land acknowledgement?
That can be up.
Okay.
As we start our meeting, we acknowledge that we're on the traditional territory of the Laxalt First Nation people within Treaty 3, and that many of the people and communities we serve in Sioux, traditionally known as One in Wagang, meaning Bay of Sandy Beaches, come from Treaties 5 and 9 of the Anishinaabe Aski Nation, and also sometimes Superior Robertson Treaty. Adding that in.
Okay.
Miigwech.
Does somebody want to approve the agenda?
I will.
You will. Does someone want to second it?
I'll second.
The agenda is in the minutes there. Is there a declaration of pecuniary interest? None? Okay. And has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Does someone want to approve the minutes as read? You want to take a second and glance at it? There's that information right here too.
What are we,
Approving the minutes from April 21st.
just the agenda says something different.
Yeah, so we have minutes from previous meetings that you guys have already looked at, but there was a date error and we just need to get them re-signed.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're on there.
And this was from last week prior.
Last week. Yeah.
Yes, last week.
Okay, thanks.
Does somebody want to approve them?
I can move.
Okay. Does someone want a second? Chuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any business arriving from the minutes? I think it's all in the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so items for discussion. Number 1 is our debriefing of our gathering. Do you want me to go over Elliot?
Sure, I'll go through this first and if anybody has any other comments that they'd like to add, then we can add those too. It was really nice that he put this together as he's been to, events and stuff like this before. And we had a nice little thank you note from there too, that he was really impressed with the committee and how this went. I won't read that. But for the debrief. Okay, so we broke it up into different categories. This one here is pre-production notes for future reference. MC should be included in pre-production meetings to define role and responsibilities. I was kind of hoping he would at least show up like early at the
Yeah.
event. Like I was there at
Yeah.
3 and I was hoping he'd be there. We could kind of talk some things over,
Yeah.
but
He did actually, I saw later, phone me, text me and asked to speak, but of course I was in the thick of it and I didn't see that till later.
yeah.
And he had called me and
Yeah.
I shared with him as much as I could, but then there were things I just didn't know. So I had said, call Joan, talk to Joan.
Define roles and responsibilities of individual committee members. That's a good idea too, like as we're there, what we're up to. Availability for contact information for pertinent contact. Clear and concise agenda should be developed. Clear and concise agenda should be produced, layout, design, and formatted could be used as a program and or agenda schedule. I don't know if that's like even more in detail than our,
We sort of had, like, the book was very detailed, but sometimes,
but like the whole thing and
Yeah.
then you can look at it from
Yeah,
the
the
page.
book actually was,
You could have had you always had like a outward facing public agenda, but then you have your
Yeah.
event agenda, right? Like very,
program. Yeah, it was. But then the book was sort of the agenda, like if you would.
that should have been, yeah. So, but
So maybe if we had the pre-meeting with him, he would have said.
Yes, yeah,
yeah, then maybe that book could have had a table of contents or something.
Yeah.
Just so.
yeah, because usually,
Yeah, he wouldn't have seen
Yeah.
the program in advance, just when he
what
got.
was on the cover of the book?
Oh,
Yeah, it was in the book. Yeah, yeah, so everything was,
Yeah,
yeah, so sort of.
okay.
And usually, like when you do events, your book does evolve over time. Like, and like we've used the same book for graduation at the school for years.
Mhm.
And we keep a copy of all the speeches. So like the opening speech is in there and then people use that speech to alter it every year
Right.
to personalize it. 'Cause they're only not writing from scratch, right?
They're saying full biographies for special guests and speakers. additional photos of all nominees, recipients, and special guests and speakers. Technical requirements for keynote should be defined. Receipt of keynote, special guests and speaker presentations should be received and given to appropriate AV crew prior to the event.
Yeah,
Oh, so like, yeah, I guess, so like knowing that she was gonna do a slideshow should have been given to our audiovisual crew.
Yeah, to Tommy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to let them know, like.
Tommy
I just
did
said
reach out to the committee and asked if there was any need for that, and no one responded.
I didn't
So,
see that.
Yeah, yeah, so that we should have known
Yeah.
that in advance.
Well, and
Yeah.
when I got there
Yeah.
during setup and I saw that we had a
Projector,
projector
yeah.
and the screen, I'm like, okay, well, it's available and she'll be
Yeah.
able to do that. But yeah, like, and even making that time was perfect timing because we had time for the cake to get cut and served, a little intermission. People can get up, stretch their legs because we'd already been on for a while. So it kind of worked out perfectly that we had an intermission while we were getting her ready and set up for
Yeah.
the slideshow. So it worked,
Yeah,
but like being
perfect.
prepared
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
was
yeah.
would be good.
And I should have asked her when I realized she needed Wi-Fi and she's gonna use her computer. I should have asked her, okay, well, how you get the PowerPoint thing right? I didn't even think about it, just so.
Yeah.
But also just happened, she happened to have an older computer where we couldn't connect to it.
Oh,
So you should have,
okay.
right? Just because you can just walk up, plug in, right?
Yeah.
The computer was a lot older.
Okay. Yeah.
So then we were scrambling to figure out, get it.
What we could do is ask, if we have a keynote speaker, that they send that any presentation they have in advance.
Yeah.
That we could load onto her.
Yeah.
Receipt. Oh yeah. Like get pronouncers
yeah.
for all names.
Kia. Kai Kovatos.
Well, it was spelled like that, actually.
Yeah.
It was spelled like that on the thing. It was spelled KIA instead of KAI.
Really?
We pronounce it Kia instead of Kai.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was really the only mistake. I know.
I mean, he stumbled a little bit on some of the words. I
Yeah.
can see that. So like having it like kind of
Yeah.
Phonetically.
phonetically
Yeah.
spelled would be good too. Yeah.
This time to go over it with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This also includes preference of title, Mayor Lawrence, and name, Mike or Michael. Yeah, so that's good. I mean, yeah. Good tips for next time.
Yeah, those were actually in the book. I researched all the titles and I put them in the book.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Copy of agenda schedules should be provided for the technical support. Okay. All right, start of program. So we gave some pros, doors open, symposium. So the pros, great walk up, outdoor decorations, warm greeting and well wishes by check-in staff, availability for swag, t-shirts and stuff. Clear direction for seating, clear understanding of program event schedule, great walk into event area, areas clearly defined, ambient lights, use of multimedia, comfortable seating, great work on table decor, thoughtful inclusion of snacks, charcuterie on table, IRS specific sensitivity, walkable, nice flow and follow through to check out different components added, all value added. Addition of vendors, addition of mocktail bar, addition of children's area, defining trauma triggers, availability of trauma care support, and addition of the hashtag. Cons, no place to put coats, not enough seating, lack of ambient music during symposium, and no action plan for disruptive individuals, like you guys just stick outside. Yeah, so those are
Yeah.
little things that we could easily, be prepared for next time, which is good. And the event itself, pros, content and flow, well-defined, expressing agenda schedule defined. Defining of applicable staff. Housekeeping notes in the book, relating housekeeping to guests. Great addition of land acknowledgement, well-defined area for drum group. Great support and attention to protocols for the drum. Identifications of elders, roles and responsibilities, and order of appearance. moment of silence, inclusion of the bags for tears, addition of sponsors list, recognition of artist contributions, i.e. Jesse Fiddler, availability for guests to take home mementos and decorations, availability for guests to take home food, availability for drop-in guests to receive takeout, rapport of committee members to all guests, coverage of photography, recognition of donations, backup by committee members facilitating program additions, i.e. Ms. Kafko helping with cake, Ms. Diston assisting with awards. Cons, lack of clarity to guests on protocols for order of availability for getting food, which was supposed to be just kind of a,
Yeah, it was supposed to be more of a cocktail style party, but I think because what we started with was a concept of, like you said, 40 to 60 to 100 people, and ended up being 200 people. So
Yeah.
then,
it's a little,
and I did have an awareness of, I did have a nightmare about it actually, that there wasn't enough space. So then that's why we made sure there was space where we put the tables, and it did work out.
yeah,
It wasn't like, this table's going first or elders going first, and, but it did flow.
Well, a lot of these comments are very clearly, this was your first time.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And there are things that now you know, which potentially expect that will help you shape the future.
well, and it's nice to have this because we can throw this right in our book for next year too, so that we can easily like go, be aware of those things. So yeah,
Actually, I normally do.
clarity to servers and food wait staff to help with serving elders. This may have happened, but I was unaware. Apologies if it was conveyed by the committee. Did we tell the kids that?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yep. And the kids, well, they're kids and they're inexperienced, but they did do a fantastic job. Like I was super, super impressed with
Yeah.
the students.
Yeah.
I really,
Great.
they were
really
fantastic.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were cognitive
Mhm.
of making sure that they served the elders, and they were wonderful.
Yeah.
Amazing. They were amazing. Yeah.
I agree with this, like the podium set up an award presentation area, not that it was too low, well, I don't know about the podium, but like where the awards they kept squishing me out
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
corner, like bring people up to the front, like go stand over there, let's
Mhm.
let's bring people to the middle instead of bringing people over there, and then like blocking the table, I couldn't even get the feather.
Yeah, and that was sort of an evolution of trying to add more tables in.
Yeah,
Like, because our original plan was we only had 10 tables.
right.
So then we had it in the middle, but when we added, so we ended up 6
14
tables
kids plus
and 2 sitting areas, so
Yeah.
16, so we added 6 in.
The screen, as great wasn't that
The
screen,
screen, it was,
it cramped us in there.
yeah, the
Right.
screen was huge.
But I mean, we should have been able to stand in front of that with Patrick
Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
in the
we-
back, like that
yeah.
should have been where we
Yeah.
were
That was the
bringing.
original vision, right? But because we had to put the projector, we didn't have a projector where we wanted to ideally put it.
Because then you're blocking the
Yeah.
image, like standing in front of it.
Yeah, so we just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then we were sort of worried about, like the bleachers too, like the safety of getting people on and off the bleachers, because we could have shifted back a little bit if we weren't using, we could push the bleachers in if we weren't using them. In our original plan, we were having no bleachers, then we realized we needed the bleachers, and they take up a huge amount of space, so we
Right.
lost all of
Right.
that space, which pushed everything forward, which
Yeah.
pushed us to the corner. So, yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Where are we? Yeah, so the setup, it was hard to maneuver in and out of the podium area too, the way we had the tables, we
Yeah.
could have made a little better room for that. Yeah, I'm trying to go back in the
Yes,
behind to go pick up a feather and I
Yes.
wiped out.
Yeah.
All right. Cons continued on that one. Okay. Lighting. The lighting was too dim to highlight the keynote, special guest presenters and speakers. The lighting at the podium was sufficient, but not for presenters and award recipients. Lights were not secured. This worked out though. I slid over some of the floodlights to try and illuminate the presenters and recipients for the photo. MC was unaware of inclusion of written bios in the winner's card, so was I. But came back to it like, oh yeah, we need to do that. This resulted in a
They
board
did
presenter.
recover well on that, I must say. Yes, yes.
So what happened?
They didn't realize that those write-ups were in there. We did talk about it at several meetings, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't see it,
Yeah.
you know, so like I
Yeah.
didn't have that
And I
visual
did
to know.
explain to Elliot that like, it's like the Academy Awards, that you're reading, the nominees and you're reading.
And I feel like he
person
should
wins.
have
Yeah,
read,
yeah.
like, shouldn't
Yeah,
have hit
I
him.
said, when you open the envelope, there's something in there to read, and that's what you read, and then it never got read. Yeah,
Because it wasn't him doing it, it was the presenters. He
But-
gave it, the
yeah.
presenter opened the
Yeah,
card
but
and
I
he had
told-
them
yeah,
read it.
yeah.
And so they didn't know, they just read the name
Yeah.
and then we went on with things instead
Yeah.
of like stopping to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they rallied on the third. Janet Gordon caught it, and then we went back and fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was lovely, like, that was the most lovely part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was something you want to continue as the write-ups?
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. And now that we know that they're there, like
They were fantastic, the write-ups were.
They were.
Good. I was really concerned about putting the write-ups not in the cards because then people flip through and know who the winners were, like ahead of time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I did it that way, so they'd have
Well-
something to say.
It was perfect. Just, I didn't know that. And
Yeah.
so like, it just kind of lost its flow in the beginning.
I have a suggestion that next, like, not relying on the MC to help us. Like, that's not his job.
Hmm.
So maybe it could have been me and you doing it.
Yeah.
Then you would have known how the flow would have went.
Yeah,
That's better than the MC, right?
or the other thing we can do,
So,
those little, like, there's like a folder where it's hard and you clip the thing in, and for every one of those, that's what the person gets, and then the winner maybe has a little thing that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
and-
But a lot of these details I was aware of,
Yeah,
but because I was taking photos, I couldn't go in there.
yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As much
Yeah.
help, you know what I mean? So
Well, that was the same as me. I had to run up a couple times. I'm like, okay, this is supposed to happen.
that's why I think it should have been more of the community members running that part of the site, that program, right? Not relying on the MC to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if we were to ever, like, we would want to use him again, he would know the next
Yeah.
time. Everyone will know.
Yeah, like, yeah, we'll all kind of have a little better idea and then. Okay, where we're at now.
But
So yeah, MC was unaware of inclusion of written bios, resolution improvisation to catch up. Set up for presentation of award, made the awards area in front of podium area. Set up for presentation of award, made the awards area in front of the podium area. This led to poor lighting. Jesse Fiddler needs to borrow my glasses to read his award. No memorial area? I'm not sure what he means by that.
We discussed it later, where people would have a potential to bring something, like a photo or to add, like just.
Oh, that's cool.
He doesn't mention it later.
Yeah, that's an idea. Lack of pronouncers on notations. No ushers, i.e. guide to tables, navigating walkways, navigating guests to podium requires volunteer. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, I was doing that.
Were you?
And so was, the students. Yeah, so I did that for several, and you were sort of doing.
To
that
bring
too.
people to their chair?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think he's talking about more like bringing the presenter up when it's time and
Oh,
and
okay,
having that kind of guidance.
Yeah, because we were sitting the guests.
And
we were
and
doing
then the
guests.
winners and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
right? Navigating guests to podium. And yeah, so some of it's, yeah, guide
Yeah.
the tables, but navigating walkways and then navigating guests to podium as well. All right, next steps, make selection of preferred music playlist for ambience, breaks and intermissions. Make it noted more clearly accommodations for individuals with children. Availability for ushers to help fill empty seats with late arrival guests. Like when you pick your seat in the movie theater, seating chart was available, but some guests used extra chairs for personal belongings. Extra guests and late arrivals had to access extra seating and bleachers. Promos can be added to MC notes for presentation and or added to on-screen reel for promotion of TRC committee coming events and project goals. He said he would have liked to see that more like, in the slideshow, but not in like announcements. And I think, I don't know, I can't remember fully in Darlene's speech, but she might have been talking about some of our next things. And I don't remember
Yeah.
now, but it was like, it would have been nicer to just have it as just an advertisement on the slideshow. Better floor plan design. I thought it was not too bad.
Yeah, I thought the floor, well, considering that you're going in blind, like you have no idea, are 60 people coming, or
Mhm.
200 people
Mhm.
coming, or 300 people? So, you sort of just.
But Cindy had to push some things together, get the extra tables in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's probably what he's referring
Yeah.
to, because he doesn't know you when we originally planned for.
Yeah, yeah.
Testing of
But I
tech.
thought the room flowed quite nicely, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought.
I
it
thought
did.
so
I
too.
really liked the flow. of
Enough
it.
space at the
Yeah.
mocktail bar and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I do think though that the mocktail bar should not be where like the awards and
awards
stuff are, like maybe have that in the back in the middle or something where it's a little more easily accessible. Um, but
So we
also
could've-
the way where we would do the awards and have them more in the center instead of off in that corner
Yeah.
can change that too,
Yeah,
right?
see, originally, we weren't gonna use that area, but then with the market, we had to use that
True.
area, right? Like, we
Yeah.
had to either give up the market or that empty space.
Yeah.
So, and we chose the market, and the market played out lovely, like, I really did like the.
We were
market.
all very appreciative.
Yeah, yeah, and there, it was beautiful stuff.
The MC announced that there was vendors in it? That's probably something we could have,
Right, we could have.
in the housekeeping, there's vendors.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, we-
So for the future, were the vendors happy with their turnout? Because I don't know if people.
I don't know how well they did.
I
Sales stuff. They
I
did
did talk to them, I'm like, was this worth your while? And they said, yeah,
good.
yeah,
Good.
I bought some things.
Yeah. I got a print from Patrick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. I'm glad to
I
hear
think
that.
They did. They would have done better, maybe if people had known they were gonna be vendors.
Yes, yes.
And advertise that in
We could have
advance.
told them
Yeah,
vendors
you're right.
better, And
Yeah.
like, and even had like a little sign.
Well, even when I do for like the Renaissance Fair and I do just like a spotlight on
Yeah.
each vendor, and we only had 5, right?
Yeah.
So like just like a picture of some of their stuff and who they are and featuring at the, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a pen, so I'm not writing any of that stuff down, but
Yeah.
good. Where are we at? All cables and loose wiring should be secure. I almost fell and Michelle did fall.
Yeah.
Have a dedicated photo background for pictures. We had,
We had
we didn't
sort of-
really announce it
We had
either.
sort of envisioned that the
Right.
pictures would be taken in front of the screen. It sort of envisioned that.
And it wouldn't have really
Yeah.
worked out
No,
well with the way,
No.
how did Patrick Hunter shoot it so that the image of that is behind?
it's a completely different type of screen and projector, which is worth thousands and
I'm sure.
thousands and thousands and
Right.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Noted.
But people were using one of the
Star blanket.
star blanket.
Yes,
before.
yes.
Yeah.
I noticed.
And
that.
that's why we put that there. We
Yeah.
sort of thought,
Yeah,
And we could have announced that too.
Yeah.
Like, or even had that in a spot where it was,
out of the way.
yeah.
But again,
It was in the middle.
there
of
is
the
no
food
out of the way
lineup.
place.
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the food lineup, and then
And the
if you wanted to go out to the bathroom,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you were.
But even
walking
in the lobby,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know, it's a little quieter. out
But
there.
even in the lobby, we had a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because we had all the bags,
Yeah,
the
Prize.
more prizes, the other prizes, the t-shirts. Like, we really maxed every inch of space.
Yeah.
Used, because that was our vision, like with the
Mhm.
quilts, and we had a conversation, like, where can we put this that can be a photo op?
Yeah.
But there was no space.
Yeah.
Like, we could have maybe put it down the hall a little bit.
I was thinking
towards
even like
where
to the right of the screen.
Yeah,
And then just
that's
move
where the
the
desserts ended
tables
up.
were a little bit over,
yeah,
right? Like there
Yeah.
might have been a little
Yeah.
place like that.
yeah.
This is the largest venue in town, yes.
Yeah.
Unless like the
That has-
high school gym, maybe.
But there's no
like the
place
current-
in town that has a kitchen
Right.
attached to it. That's a catering kitchen. That's this
Yeah.
thing. And even,
Well, the high school does have a decent kitchen still for that, like with Sioux North.
How far away is it from
Yeah.
for the caterer?
it's not far.
I don't know.
I mean, they're still down the hallway. They're not like right in the gym here either, but you
Yeah.
know,
But
they're,
it doesn't have a chef attached to it. Like, this is.
that's
the
right, like a
only kitchen.
professional chef.
This is the only place in town that can hold that many people that have a profession.
True.
The only place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
you saw
not,
her.
and in reality, it is not open to the public to rent.
Yeah.
Like, they only allowed us to use this because our event aligns with their mission statement.
Right.
It's only available for community type of events. Like, so Steph and I, we're trying to use it because we need a large space for
Yeah.
staff gatherings and we can't access it.
You can't have this.
Okay.
So it's only, and she,
Yeah.
the chef worked outside of her job to do this, which they allowed her to do. So it was really like, I don't think people realize how much the stars aligned for us to do. that.
Right.
Like, this was
And hopefully that'll work.
like a small miracle that all the stars aligned for us. It wasn't like an everyday thing.
Okay, define spiritual protocols for inclusion, traditional indigenous spirituality and or Eurocentric religious spirituality, opening prayers, prayer over food. Have a memorial area for guests and survivors, i.e. tie a ribbon on a tree branch. I like that. Basket for tobacco ties,
Yeah.
place a photo of a loved one, etc. Potentially have ushers with flashlights to help award nominees and elders navigate the podium, especially in dim lighting. Develop system of notification for the identity to identify attendance, presence of presenter, special guests and award recipients. Yeah, some people weren't there. Possibly better define award for elders, knowledge keepers. All of them are important. Possibly make it a single award to highlight a particular person.
I don't understand what that means.
Thought we did that.
Yeah, well, we had two, but
Yeah, but they were a team.
we had two different elder categories. So we had Victor and
Oh, yeah,
Romaine
we
as
did.
as a
Yes, we
group,
had two
and then we
categories.
also had
Yeah, we did have
two of their
Yeah.
other recipients.
Like,
Nick.
Yeah.
I think it just wasn't clear that there was actually 2 awards for that category. Well, at least because Clifford didn't know that, and he tried to walk away, and they called back. But it was a whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just a little bit
Maybe
confusing.
next time we have 2 separate categories instead of just 2 people that are elders or knowledge keepers. We have 1 elder, 1 knowledge keeper.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just there's just a little confusion by me.
And yeah, we'll know better to
Yeah.
inform them beforehand, like this is what we're gonna be doing, this is where we need you to stand, or even have like a spot on the floor, like an X. This is where the presenter needs to stand, and then when we
Yeah.
call up the person, they can come here, right? Have an X on the floor.
Or another orange carpet.
Or another orange carpet, yeah, like the Price is Right little dot that they're gonna stand on.
I was thinking photographer, that would have been great. 'Cause I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you had
Although
good
the pictures
lighting,
turned out fantastic. The
and-
pictures are beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was hard technically because every
Yeah.
time they was in a different spot, I was trying to fix my settings.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was hard
Oh, I
technically.
just kept
Yeah.
creeping over.
Exactly.
Like, Michelle, you're in the picture. You're in my space. Like, I don't know where else to go.
It was funny though, is your head was like right between.
I know, yeah. Like, photo bomb. Biographies, photos for nominees could be added to slideshow.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
It was just hard to get.
But the reality is that I think that people don't realize this event was run by 7 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that people don't realize. Like, I remember years ago that we ran the Ladies Night Out charity auction. It just got so large, and we were 10 people. Like, we were 10 people raising $30,000 in one night. Like, 10 people can only do so much, 7 people can only do so
Not
much.
that
But
now that
Yeah.
I've seen it, now I couldn't see it before. Now I
Yeah.
can. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I could have put that together.
yeah, yeah. And even,
We can.
and now even hopefully we could take the existing one that we have
Mhm.
and not start from scratch.
Yeah.
And just evolve.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. The first one is always, that's why I had said at the beginning, I wanted the first one to be small. And then you go from there, so it's like,
Small.
yeah, this hopefully is not our small.
Heck.
And, we just jumped in the deep end right away instead of wading in, right? So there, and like all of these ideas we had these ideas, but us little 7 people just couldn't do it all. That's
Yeah.
the reality. So
Yeah.
you have to prioritize what's important.
Yeah.
And I think we did a really good job of prioritizing what was important, because all of these ideas, and even with the survivors, like, I thought of that, but then I remember Darlene saying that sometimes the survivors don't want to be identified.
Yeah.
But they
want their
still had
privacy.
everybody to stand up.
Yeah,
They called
yeah,
out, and
yeah.
at that point. we
But then
could've-
people chose to stand up or not.
True.
Where we had identified them in a way
Yeah, that would.
they might not have wanted that. So, and when people did come in, like a couple of survivors who didn't register came in and they said, I'm a survivor and I would really like a seat.
Mhm.
And that's when I found them a seat, because we knew we had like extra seats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know I have extra seats. Give me 5 minutes and I'll find out where they are and I will put you in a
Right.
seat. And so we were able to do that. But do like the idea, like I thought, even I had thought of the idea that we could have had orange slip covers for where the survivors were sitting, like where their seats were orange,
Yeah, but
you know, but
But we
then,
didn't know that in advance. Like, some we did, but
Yeah,
like all
we
the, all
didn't
the
know.
people that were
Yes.
coming, like, we
Yeah.
don't know how
Yeah,
many
we
are
didn't
coming
know.
and who are
Yes.
survivors.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we didn't know, yeah, like a lot of people, even when they registered like Jordan and Knev with, she's bringing 9 guests.
mhm.
So you don't know like who they are. You don't know who the
Yeah.
guests are and where people are
Yeah.
sitting. So the tables were like the Antoinette family, you know, Jesse Fiddler and family,
Mhm.
you know, like, so we didn't know who was coming, right? So it was hard, but I do like the idea, like we could have had, like we could have bought 20 orange corsages and we could have given them to them, wrist corsages or something. We could do something like that where we have
Yeah, even like a
Special
little
gift.
sweet grad.
yeah,
corsage,
a
if we
special
do a
gift
grad
that
or
only
something,
for
like-
a survivor.
Yeah.
But we could like, when we're doing the garden event, which is linked to this, we should do that. Like we should have
Something for survivors.
something for survivors.
And even like like the tobacco tie or tie a ribbon
Yeah.
on the tree or
Yeah, we
something,
could do
right?
the-
Do
we
that
could do
there,
the-
put a
yeah.
picture
Yeah. we
and
could have that.
advertise that stuff
Yeah.
in advance, right?
Yeah.
So people are prepared for it.
What occurred to me, because I hung out in the foyer welcoming people and kind of helping.
And share the list. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had one on the list. So when, for example, Terry Lynn and 4 guests, well, get her to name the guests.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
had a lot more guests arrive with her 4 guests. They were at our table, so we pulled in like extra
Yeah.
chairs and stuff.
Yeah, well, they just turned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know her, but they hadn't registered and she hadn't named them.
Right.
So if people, like, for example, Jordan and 9 guests, so to ask the names of the guests.
Yeah.
So that everyone has a name. And also, because I had conversation with 2 sets of people who just turned up because it said free event, everybody welcome.
Welcome.
And then something else, and then read limited seating.
Yeah.
Limited seating, yeah.
So if that can be clarified, that seating will be for nominees and their guests priority.
But anyone who.
It was just
Yeah.
book a table in advance and that was
Anyone
on like,
phone.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but next time,
Have a nominee, each nominee has a table and can fill it. Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
not necessarily,
Yeah.
they name who they're,
Yeah.
they name who they are bringing.
Yeah.
So that we have the names, so that when
Yeah.
someone comes in, says, oh yeah, Sarah Beckett, you were Terry Lynn,
Yeah.
table 12. Whereas, we didn't know that all
Yeah.
of it. And yeah, to be clear that anyone's welcome, but there is limited seating.
Yeah.
And that from the program that wasn't,
Yeah. From the original poster.
yeah.
I think the last ads that we put out, we started saying bleacher seating. We used the term bleacher seating.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you don't register for table, you have bleacher seating, basically. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the people who arrived who ended up sitting in the bleachers, they were fine with
Yeah.
it, but they were just a bit confused. They said, well, it says anyone welcome.
Yeah. But you're still welcome. You're just sitting.
Yeah, I know, but it needs to be clear
Yeah.
that you have to reserve a seat if you
Yeah.
want a seat. And the priority will be for the
Nominees.
for
Yeah.
the nominees and their guests. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his last one here, suggestion, it was related to me that this may be held only every 3 to 4 years. That time would mean that by the 3rd award event, it would be 9 to 12 years in the future. A number of the survivors may not be around. Annual or biannual could be a consideration, possibly with gift, cash, honorarium, in-kind prize to encourage ongoing participation and support. I was at Nadia's last night talking and they were all throwing ideas and stuff around as well. And Teddy's like, I'd like to help and do stuff with it. And she had some other ideas as well. But they all agree that, every 2nd year or something would be great. And I was saying, like, as as getting sponsored from businesses, that was a lot. We did really
Yeah.
great, but I still feel like there's a whole pile of other businesses out there that we didn't tap into. One of their suggestions was Darren Corbier. She said
Yes,
would
he was,
totally
he
do
was
that.
on my list that I was going to next if we didn't.
Yeah.
Meet our quota.
And some of the other education authorities and stuff like that. And yeah, so I think it could still possibly be done every 2 years and target different businesses first, right? That haven't been involved in it this year, and then, kind of rotate through them.
Well, I think, like, I talked to a lot of the sponsors and I think our sponsors are willing to continue to support us, but I just like the amount of work that it took. And like, I did a large portion of the work, like, I'm not willing to commit my time every year.
That much.
I can't, like, it was
Well,
like,
you can, yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
unreal. If you look at the Relay for Life, right, that was a yearly event that burned
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
yes, yeah. And it's not special if you do it every year too.
No,
And plus
not every year.
you won't have the nominees. You need the time for people to build up the work.
I still think there's a lot of people that haven't been
Yeah,
tapped. Like there's
yes,
a ton of people that
yes.
didn't even know, like a
Yeah,
lot of the schools didn't even show up, Black
Yeah.
School,
Yeah.
like a lot of that. So I think we still have a big pool to draw.
Yeah.
on. And now that it's been noticed 1 year, like, more names will start coming
Yeah.
forward.
yeah.
I don't think we'll run out of nominations in the next couple of years anyway,
Yeah.
but,
I
and more people
strongly,
will do more things as
Yeah.
it grows, right?
Yeah.
So
I-
I did talk to Mayor Lawrence the other
Yeah.
day. And he was talking about this 2 to 3 year
Yeah.
timeframe that you had talked about. He said the only concern he had with the 3 year one is that makes it, if you're not still
the counselor.
the counselor on
Yeah.
this committee, potentially somebody's coming in to do it, has never done it before, and it's gonna be within 3 months of them taking office, and they're not gonna have a clue.
Yeah,
So I would say either every 2 or every 4 because of that.
Right?
yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, like once a term. Like if you're, because really, like we talked about this before, because this is a large, like we're taking a large amount of money from the community and we have to give value to that. And like really the people who are responsible for that are the counselors, the staff, and Brian McKinnon. So we have to be mindful of that. We have to make sure that if you're asking because this is unlike any other event, like you're asking members of the public to give money to the municipality to run a municipal event.
Hmm.
So we have to be mindful that we're giving value to
Yeah.
that, and we have to be mindful that we're not misrepresenting what we're doing, right?
Mhm.
So and that we're giving 100% because it's for the community, right? So that's why I just think that if we do it every year, well, like you said, it's hard to like so many events fizzle out.
Yeah, I don't think we
And,
need to do
yeah.
it every year,
So
for sure.
yeah,
But I do like the idea of every 2, possibly. And what about I know we'll have our committee members that are gonna come
have
to
a
the
working
meeting
committee,
and
yeah.
have a working committee under that, right? Subcommittees of people that are doing some of the other running around, because I know you did so much.
Yeah,
With the, like even talking to all the businesses and getting all the printing and organizing everybody, but having those other subcommittees, I know we'll have people come out of the woodwork
Yes.
going, I wanna
And
help
once-
with this event.
yeah. Once you, like, when you're trying to explain an event, like, because I'm a person who I could see the whole vision.
Yeah,
I can see every single thing. I can see what's on the tables. I can see every single thing. But when you try to explain to people, a lot of people, like you said, you can't see it. So now that they've seen it,
Yeah.
it's much easier, right?
Yeah.
And now that things exist, like we have a promotional package, we have this, we have that. We're not redoing those from scratch. We're editing. It's much easier. But and even the other thing that's very hard is, and I used to do a lot of events. And I used to go into places, I'm sure when I walked in, people, oh my God, she's here again. What does she want now? And, I'm lucky that I I'm very conscious of spending my money in the businesses that I
Mm.
ask for things from. So I spend a lot of money in their business, so they're more generous to me. Because I leave my money at their places, and even we were very conscious that the money that we did spend, we spent in Sioux.
Yeah.
Like we spent money at the dollar store, we spent money at Johnny's, we spent money at, you know, Clark's, we spent money that people that gave us things. So we did the money that
Yeah.
we received, we put back into the community. So we were conscious of that. But yeah, like if you do it too often, it's like, oh my God, they're back, you know? So you want to make sure that, and the other thing too is that like, the other thing that came out of this is like James Brome, they want to do a hockey game now and they want us to be part of that, right? And we're doing the garden project. And so like, we can't spread ourselves too
An
thin,
event
right? Yeah,
planning committee.
Yeah. We're gonna be.
I'd like to say though about the sponsorships. So not that long ago, and we should be having a delegation at some point, but not that long ago, I was part of a meeting with people who wanted to partner with the TRC for some of their events. And they had commented that a lot of organizations or groups come to them for financial donations every year. And they're having a hard time keeping up with some of those. So if we're asking for significant
Yes.
financial donations annually, it could become an point where they say, we just can't help you anymore. And then you've built this expectation in the community that this event is going to happen and you just don't have the money to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, that is something to also consider, because I know that this isn't the only committee asking for sizable donations to make events happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you look like, we did this last weekend and this weekend coming up, like tomorrow is the Laxo Career Fair and a lot of the sponsors are our sponsors. So those groups have generously given to two large events, right? So to be mindful of that, that's why I really like the 4 years. I really like that.
That's.
Yeah. Or 3.
You started some momentum and then
Yeah.
4 years comes around, it's like without
I
momentum.
kind of forget.
But I don't think,
So,
I don't think we should lose our momentum. I think that we should do some other, like we should do.
A fundraising event.
Yeah.
For the next one, like that's what we were talking about last night, actually, like
Yeah.
in 2 years, we do a fundraising event and, you know, do some fun things. It's not like the awards, but we're still bringing awareness to it and that people are building up for it and it's, you know, and then we're fundraising for it for the next one and then.
And now.
we're gonna fix it at the time, like you need to debrief this event still.
Yeah, yeah.
Move on from just talking about when to do, we can figure out later.
Well,
Still more things to discuss.
It's not like people forget about the Olympics after 4 years.
Yeah.
They still do them every 4 years.
And plus,
Summer in returns, that's every 2 years.
yeah, since we sort of branded ourselves, like we participate in another event. And like you said, partner with other people, because like the Friendship Center's doing their powwow, you know, like last
Have
year.
representatives even.
Both Reese and I went and helped at that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we
Yeah,
helped them set up.
There might be opportunity that it's not just
Yeah,
the event in the future as we.
and keep our t-shirts going so
Mhm.
people see us. and,
Yeah.
You know, and that just the same branding, just keep it going so they see us and see us out there.
Was there still some left after?
No t-shirts, no.
No, good.
One
So
t-shirt.
much.
We do have,
Nothing.
we do have some, there was a box of the water bottles, but we will use them at the garden thing.
Yeah.
So I sent out an inventory thing that we have. We
Right.
have some of the hard fixture things, like, you know, we still have some plates and silverware and napkins. And we have the lights and we have some of the baskets and the candy dishes that are orange and the jugs that we'll use at the next event and stuff. So we've got all that. And the banner that we're gonna put in the foyer here, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice thorough
Yes,
downs, which is nice for someone to notice that that's like.
maybe go around,
Yeah.
anyone else's thoughts are, and additional thoughts.
I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out for the first event, like my nightmare was without having the tickets. Thank you, Megan. Without having the tickets that couldn't control who was coming and we wouldn't know. And even though the seating situation was helter-skelter, I thought it worked out quite well. It actually, like making those lists and enough of us had the lists and we, you know, knew where people were seating and how Naomi and Alana in the foyer who knew people and greeting people and you ushering and me ushering you and the kids, students helping out. It worked quite well. Like considering what could have happened. My fear was that we didn't have enough food, but the food was adequate and the food was amazing.
Good,
Like,
very good. Yeah.
and the other thing that we have to be mindful of is we say, that doing this again, like the stars may not align for us. It might be difficult again, because like, what if Seven Gens is not in that space?
Right,
What if
that's what I'm thinking.
what if they don't have a chef? Like, where would you even get a chef to do that? Like, that's your problem. Like, even people who do weddings, sometimes they're bringing food truck guys in, they're bringing out of town people in, they're bringing, and our food for what we got was very affordable,
Yeah,
was very affordable,
Nice.
so, because we didn't have to pay to rent a kitchen, we didn't have to pay to rent a venue, so if we have to, go somewhere else, like if you have to go, well, the hotel won't even facilitate, like there is no, in the future, there may be a hotel, like maybe the hotel that's going to be built at Bigwood may have a big banquet hall and a chef. We could go there, which would make but who knows what will happen in the future? Like, because we got lucky, like to align your guest speaker, that's someone with a big name,
Mhm.
to get the facility and the food all aligned
Oh, yeah.
is a tough thing to happen,
Mhm.
and at a time of year, like April is the perfect time of year for it. There's not nothing else big competing against you.
Right.
People aren't, you can't really do anything. So look out during that time. So, yeah. But overall, I'm pretty happy
Me too.
how it turned out. And
Yeah.
like, I just thought like the energy, I love the energy, like our vision, I thought our vision played out really well and everyone jumped in where needed. We could have had better definite, but really everyone just pitched in where
Mhm.
needed. It
Yeah.
worked out really well.
It was a first time event and people were so blown away how well it went. People were also more forgiving of some of
Yeah.
the missteps, right?
Yeah.
But then expectations, the bar, like expectations always go up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the expectations were here and they got this, and so it was.
Next time around, people are gonna there'll be like higher expectations. It's a natural thing of it.
I think if we did this in 12 months, we would have 500 people there. We wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
That's the other reality.
Yeah.
Reality. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't play out well.
Yeah. A couple of things I want to mention. Emily mentioned a couple of things already, which is great. But yeah, the word presentation, we should have actually been more of the actual committee that made some of that. Like we should have been more involved in that. And actually running that. So
Yeah, like the whole awards committee should have run those.
yeah, you should have been doing that. So that's
And you guys could have
just didn't even think of it.
had a rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So we should have done that plan there, how it's gonna go, where people are gonna say, like we talked about, right? So just something to know, like we could have been more involved in that.
I didn't mind getting up there speaking at all.
No, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
That.
But I wanted to help and I couldn't help. So that was the other thing, as a committee member, I didn't take as good photos as I could have because I was also doing this and this, but not doing anything well enough, I felt. So I wish I didn't take the photos because I could have helped out.
Yeah.
So next time, maybe just finding a photographer.
Another photographer, yes.
Yeah. The ceremony, I think I'm glad Victor came there and glad he called us in. But next time we know,
Nice touch, but yeah, knowing.
because and this is something I get realized too when we have that part of it. We do things, excuse my language, half-ass with that part of it. But I'm glad Victor didn't want to do it that way. He wanted to do it properly.
Right.
So next time, making sure that we had that time, we do it properly. And now there was some of the quietness with the music, not
Yeah.
because we had to do that, finish that. Whereas Victor wanted to have it done before everyone started to come in.
Mm,
We just didn't. We could have planned it. Next time we'll plan that better.
yeah, knowing that there's a whole protocol
Yeah.
for opening something like that.
Right. And then because we had to go through it, we could have communicated that, right? I think I said, oh, we're doing this protocol, certain protocol, once that's over. Wow, so you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think the one thing we misjudged is that people showed up early. We weren't prepared for that because we thought when we were getting there at 4:30, we were gonna have a buffer.
Right.
of time, but we didn't. We got there in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And people were, when I drove up, because I had to get the coffee, which was late, wasn't ready. And there were so many cars there. I'm like, oh my God, just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Like where you thought you were going to go in and organize and no,
Yeah.
that did not happen.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's what
The
happened.
fact that the drum group was.
Yeah, they were doing the
First thing.
protocol. Yeah, yeah.
Well, our ceremony.
Ceremony. They were doing the ceremony in
Yeah.
advance. Yeah.
Yeah, which, suddenly you're trying to walk around and
Yeah.
do things and, oh, this
Yeah.
is awkward.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
could have started that earlier.
And then just, yeah, some communication around that, next time too, just letting people know you're just doing
Yeah.
this thing. I mean, people are welcome to come and sit around too.
Yeah.
Witness it too.
Mhm.
But because we're all in the middle of it, we didn't plan for it.
Yeah. 'cause
I
we
wasn't
didn't know. Yeah.
dressed yet for the event. We had started the ceremony. I'm like, can I and it was already 4:45 now while we're trying to finish. I'm like, can I just run home and get dressed and come right back? And like, we're in the middle of this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still like full of the spirit here. But I did, it was like 6 minutes
Well,
there
we
back
really-
and I was ready.
We really should have been there at 3 o'clock.
I
And
left
I
there at
didn't,
3 o'clock.
but I left there at 3 o'clock from setting up all day.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go home, get dressed. And then by the time I got back, it was.
I was thinking about that when I left, because I thought, oh, it's already like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I thought it started at like 4 o'clock, and then you were gonna get a coffee. So I was like, it's gonna be really cut short, because I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
was
was do
short.
show up early bird
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was short. Yeah. Yeah. But it was, thank God, that's where I said where the stars all aligned for us. Like Victor just, did what he needed to do and was the specialist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone use the support room?
I don't think so.
What?
The support room?
I don't think anyone used it and they were.
Well, it wasn't clear where that was.
It was
Yeah,
announced.
yes, it was announced and it was clearly labeled.
I was listening and I didn't hear where it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You were saying, yeah.
And we had
down the
social
hall, like-
workers, we had the social.
yeah,
workers
yeah,
there.
I heard all that.
Yeah.
but Then when Elliot was in,
Yeah.
I didn't hear where it was.
Yeah,
So if I'd needed something, I wouldn't have known.
yeah. But I think you would have had to find the social workers or the elders and they knew where it was. But I don't really, I think that it was such a positive event
Mhm,
that it it was great.
mhm.
And then, I mean, I've been to events too where sometimes it wasn't clear, but that person that needs help, they asked, and we made sure we made sure.
Yeah, yeah,
So I think if someone really needed it, they've been obviously can help.
yeah. Although I do know, I mean, I would have asked if I needed to talk to somebody, but, I do know
It could be a little bit-
some people who would not have asked.
Yeah.
They would just cower in the corner.
Exactly, yeah. So that's happened too. I've seen that too.
Or just left because, yeah, anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the PowerPoint, yeah, next time we could do more of a visual
Yeah.
with nominees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the housekeeping too could have been on there too, so.
And I think it would have been good if when we asked for the nominations, if the person can submit
That should be a requirement.
Yes, because for us to go around after the fact,
Yeah.
or even remember we
That'd
had.
be hard with the nomineers. I don't know.
to say that-
Like, cause I was like, I
Steal them off social media.
I suppose, cause
Like
like
that-
I nominated Romaine, but I don't have a picture of Romaine.
Like
Like,
steal it off social media.
Yeah.
'Cause once, if they put it out there, it's public information, it's publicly owned, right? And you
Yeah.
can take it, because that's where we got Elliot's picture from the program from social media.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are okay with
Yeah.
that, but I mean, it is
Yeah.
still there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you stick stuff on social media, you're.
It's public information.
but
Yeah.
Still, I think people might not be
Yeah,
happy that
yeah,
people taking it
yeah.
off.
Pick a good picture and then they're not
Yes,
gonna be.
yes. One that looks like them.
So the word went out to ask for nominations.
Yeah.
So when somebody say nominated, to see Terry Lynn, would they have let Terry Lynn know that she had been nominated?
No, we let them
did
know,
that,
we
yeah.
contacted them, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that like for Andy, Daryl wrote his nomination and talked to Andy first. And
Oh,
said,
and so you couldn't.
I am going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah.
why. And
So, I mean, some more things I've been a part of too is that contact the nominee, so you've been nominated, we want to accept this nomination, right? And at that time, that should have been part of the process, right? It's okay, you've been nominated, and let them know And at the time, you could ask them for a photo if they accept the nomination, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
Right.
Yeah, because some people might not want to be accepted.
Yeah.
I don't know, accept the nomination. Right.
I did hear from someone that Juliet Blackhawk should have got the.
Oh,
the-
yeah, the posthumous.
I thought of it.
We should do that next time for her
Yeah.
then.
And
We'll get a
she
more
thought that it was the committee who had nominated people, and I said, well, no, and I said, I agree, you know, that's a gap. But I'd said that, you know, an invitation for people to nominate, so the nominations came from the public, not from our committee.
Yeah.
He thought that the committee had chosen.
Yeah.
I said, no, it was.
There's the public, yeah.
So yeah, and I think from the nominee committee or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever we were called,
Mhm.
definitely needs to get more rational,
Yeah,
or not rational, but
Criteria.
criteria.
yeah,
Because that was the deal breaker with some. It's like, okay, this, and people submitted a rationale that was really good, like, yeah. But compared to someone else that didn't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, it wasn't as well. But that makes all the difference.
yeah.
When you're going through and trying to determine when it would be right. So yeah, a bit more criteria and just having make sure that's mandatory.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. Good point.
And then I think maybe the committee could kind of debrief a bit about that too, right? Okay, what are some of those deciding factors? And because we did have some that came up and say, oh yeah, okay, based on I mean, I don't want to say too much, but
Yeah.
based on some of the things we talked about, we kind of came up with some criteria on the spot.
Yeah.
So just not criteria, but
But you'll like kind of put that into the next time, like,
yeah, exactly right. Like, yeah, you know, how much does like also this person contribute to doing community stuff, like giving back to the community? Right? That could have been something.
I think the committee did a really good job. Like, I think that the nominees were quality nominations and the winners were just, it was really, like, it was what, you guys did an excellent job.
Mhm.
Kudos to you guys. Yeah, because.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Good to go.
No, no,
Oh, okay. I have to, I have to. Children up at school.
I think, I mean, because Megan was helping us with that, she
Yeah.
had some notes on them.
Yeah,
I mean, you want to make it accessible, but not too, like, you can make a form, right? You have to fill out
Yeah.
this form and there's all the requirements, like, that could be too
a simple form.
prohibitive, right? Some
Yeah.
people are like, oh, it's too complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it easy, but it still have enough criteria.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there could be a set of questions, right? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. Like,
But it was lovely having the write-ups because, and Megan really put them together wonderfully.
Mhm.
So, like kudos, they were done so well, because they were really lovely.
Yeah.
Like, they were lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and that was the thing, like, I knew I wanted people to hear what Andy has done for his work, so
Yeah.
when he was up there and I'm like, how come this wasn't done? Like, and
Yeah.
then I started seeing, I'm like, there's a write-up in the cards.
Yes.
We're missing that, like,
Yeah.
let's go back and do that.
Yeah, that was a good thing. We're gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
Stop. And that's a great thing, like when you make a mistake on a first event, okay, just gonna pivot. You gotta be able
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
I thought it would be good.
go with perfection,
Instead of the presenters reading it and standing next to,
yeah,
you know, the presenters, some people felt like awkward they're reading. Like they could have just did their photo op and then someone else
Who's reading it?
was reading it while they were doing that, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's the-
That's what I was kind of thinking too, like that card should have gone to Elliot as he reads, like he was even, like the nomination sheet, like they had given that to them, they were gonna read off all the nominations. I'm like, I think you should be doing this part,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and sure they can open the envelope, but I was
See, I think we were thinking like the Academy Awards, because the Academy Awards, the people go up and they do read the whole thing.
yeah,
No, an announcer
Yeah.
is not on stage,
Read
reads the file.
the nomination, yeah,
The winners.
No,
But they read.
presenter, yeah, sorry, you're right. Presenters read the nominees,
Yeah.
but then when the winners announce, there's an announcer that is a provider of that winner.
oh, yeah, right,
And they read the winner.
yeah,
Well, the presenter announces the winner, but then
Then the bio is by someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have that kind of stuff like really organized and understood
Yeah.
for the MC for next time,
Yeah.
right? Like this is how we want it to be read. This is how we
Yeah.
want it to line up. This
And
is
we
where you're
could-
gonna take your picture.
We could have done a rehearsal on Friday night.
Oh,
We
yeah.
could have, we had everything set up.
Yeah.
We could have done it.
Didn't know we
Yeah,
needed, but
we didn't know we needed. Yeah. Yeah. But just with the MC and hopefully, you know, like, oh, and that was the other thing that aligned is having the good MC. So hopefully we'll use Elliot again. And, you know, we highly recommend anyone who wants to use Elliot. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could use some of the students' help too. Is when we do these staff awards at SIFNA, like we have like actual 3 or 4 people. Someone can, here's their next award, you know, it's like
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah.
assembly line, moving things along to your presenter, right? Whereas you were running back and forth, right? So
Right.
could have had that assembly
And
line.
trying to climb over people and around
Yeah.
tables and
We could have given all the presenters the feather too in the line.
oh yeah,
They could have stood in line with it.
yeah.
Well, it was like they were holding too much stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
kind of have their drink at the same
No,
time.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like a feather runner, so somebody who's
Yeah.
just to get the feather. and
Yeah.
keep it.
Yeah.
That's it. They're just standing back there with the fan holding it.
And feather, yeah.
That's, I mean, like, there's someone, like saying that the staff was there, 3 or 4 people that moved that along.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was great. So
Yeah, and I was so pleased with the feathers, like they felt substantial, they are beautiful.
beautiful.
They are just like,
Mm.
they're epic.
did Jesse get one of his own feathers back?
Yes.
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Beautiful, yeah. I
Um,
think good job. You know, yeah. Yeah,
I think it's just, I think that was the biggest challenge was that award part. Just
yeah, it's the award part, yeah.
yeah.
The gym looked like it was transformed beautifully.
Yeah.
Like, and I walked in there, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Like I was.
It was just lovely.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah,
But the extent, so yeah, I know you did a lot of the thing there, a lot of the organizing. That kind of came at last minute with the agenda stuff. The next time, like, we just gotta have someone handling the agenda.
yeah.
Like also navigating the agenda on the floor today.
See that,
Well, and having that pre-meeting with the MC with the agenda and all of that stuff, that would
Yeah.
really help smooth
do you
things
remember,
out.
I said that at a meeting, I
Yeah.
wanted to have a committee just to do the agenda.
Exactly.
So no, we're just gonna do it together. No, we need a committee,
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
didn't see it. You didn't understand why, like
Yeah.
you have to,
Exactly.
like, you almost, and I know this was the first one, but like someone has to run with this slide, so independently.
Yeah.
And someone has to run with the promotional agenda.
Yeah,
package.
some-
Someone has to
yeah.
run with, well, the awards did work that way, like the committee was independent of the, like the, or, but you have to have, like, you have to silo things.
Yeah,
And then all come together that have a common goal, a common,
Yeah.
you know, marketing thing, but we're siloing things, yeah.
for sure. You were right.
Yeah, yeah. I've done many of this.
I have to say that you did a huge amount of work. Joy.
Yeah, it was a huge, I don't know whether people, I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into this
Yeah.
event. And knowing that, you know, the first event, people have to see the vision.
Yeah.
You know, because you're explaining it to people and they can't see the vision. So once it exists, then it's a completely different entity.
Oh, yeah.
But then you have to be careful because this is what happened to us with the ladies' night at church. It just became so huge.
Mhm.
It became so huge. It was unmanageable.
Right.
Like, you know, we had 600 people showing up. You know, we had, you know, we were there till 2 o'clock in the morning because we had so many epic items and like, it just outgrew itself. We couldn't manage it anymore. So that's why, like, if we did this next year, it would outgrow itself very quickly because people felt like they missed out this year and then they would all be there and it would be bigger than we could handle.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody feels like we should do it every year.
Yeah, it's just too much. Yeah.
And I do like the idea of still doing like a fundraiser event in 2 and then another final event in 4, you know, just to kind of keep things moving and
Some other municipalities with the award stuff, It's just very low key. It's in the council chambers.
Yeah.
By the winners present the award.
But the other thing,
I mean, it just, they only just do an award. They don't do an
Yeah.
event.
yes,
And they just come in the council chambers and they give them their award. Right?
yeah,
So other municipalities do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but it's just what
The
are
other-
some of the things that are done.
the other thing that we could do is like on Indigenous Day, we could have one feather
Other years,
every year.
every year?
One feather every year at a big event, like either at the Blueberry Festival when they do, like, you know, because they used to have the Mary Carpenter anti-racism one. And they have the Bill George Award. Like we could do one award there. Like we could keep our feather going in other ways,
Right.
you know? And just one feather.
Mhm.
Have a net, then have a bigger gathering every so often.
Yeah, and then have the bigger gathering, you know?
Because I know you mean it's a economic role, because what I saw was a need for an event like this.
Oh, yeah,
For
definitely.
a certain certain population, because there's a lot of things that do happen in town, but not everyone goes to those kind of types of
Yeah.
events, right? It appeal to a wider, diverse group of people.
Yeah, and the other thing is that, you know, like people like this, they didn't know what to expect either, and now that they know what to expect, you know, it'll be more special, right? Like to them, they'll be prepared for it. They'll,
Yeah,
you know, plan ahead and, you know, like, yeah, so, yeah.
yeah, and I think we'll have a lot of people that'll be interested in helping out. with
Yeah.
it and stuff.
Yeah.
too, So it will lighten your load and
Yeah.
spread out some of
Yeah,
the work.
yeah, yeah, where you can just hand assign things, because the one thing that was just so time prohibitive, which I would never be willing to do again as long as I live, are the bags.
Mm.
Like if someone doesn't independently take on the job of the bags, we will never, I mean, the bags for the winners and the bags for the nominees, but just to have grab bags
Yeah,
is just so much work. It was so,
I
it
don't
was
think-
almost equal the work of running the entire event, getting the bags.
and then in the end, there was only like 5 things in the
In
regular
the
bag
regular
for everyone
bags,
else.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because we loaded the other bags.
Yeah.
for the nominees.
And maybe we don't need.
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
But I do still like when they
You know,
leave the water
Yeah.
bottle and the t-shirt, that's a lot
Yeah,
for people
yeah,
to just have, like,
yeah,
they didn't need all the other
Yeah.
little things.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Just take one on the way out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it was funny, we thought we would have t-shirts left for our garden event, but we don't.
Oh, how many were there?
I don't,
200?
200.
Wow.
I know, I was like, well, there's only left, I'd like to have one, but there was
No,
no.
like-
I grabbed one first, right
Yeah.
when they were there at the
Yeah,
beginning, I grabbed
they
one.
were gone.
We're lucky we
I
got,
know.
yeah, 2, but I didn't grab any, but they were on the stuffies and which were,
Oh, yes, yeah, you put them on the stuffies, yeah.
so we brought them home.
That's another thing I was going to say.
Yeah,
That children's area,
yeah,
that was splendid.
yes,
Did you ever get any photographs of the kids lolling, cuddling the stuffies?
No, like that's what I mean, like as a photographer, I couldn't capture it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just, every time I looked over there was some kid like kind of cuddling. it.
yeah, yeah.
Who did the big teddy bears belong to?
They belong to them.
Yours. Oh.
They have more of them.
Those are the 2 biggest ones.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
nice to have
That is really nice. It's really nice.
So we should probably adjourn it.
Yeah.
I have to run tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, just one comment from, who was the guy with the kids who were helping? And they were helping in the end clean up. It was an older guy.
it's your friend.
Chris Cousin?
What, no, it wasn't Chris, I don't think.
Yeah, it was Chris. Yeah,
Older guy?
Yeah,
he's our age. Yeah. Like,
ponytail?
No,
No?
short hair.
So, okay. Older guy, short hair.
Yeah,
he-
Oh, I think that's Nadia's uncle. He was kind of lingering around a little bit.
I met Nadia's uncle. This was a different person. He seemed to be with the kids. I don't know. Anyway,
Ted Bingus.
maybe, okay.
Oh, yeah?
Ted was.
No, he
Bingus.
had short hair. He didn't have
Yeah, short hair,
white,
Oh, no.
white hair?
grayish.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever he was, he commented on the plastic cutlery.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's my
yeah.
husband. That's my husband. It was my husband that commented on the plastic cut.
That's your,
Oh,
that's,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's my husband. Yes, my husband did comment.
Not happy about those.
He was not happy.
Plastic.
Too much plastic.
Yeah, because it all, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I would have.
yeah.
And
We
I
could-
also,
We could source, like there is a higher end bamboo, like that's
Right.
a biodegradable. We will source a
Yeah.
different plastic.
But only if you actually bother to put it in the compost and biodegrade it. But, you know,
Things
I
like-
saw recycling and rubbish all going into the same.
Yes,
bits.
yes.
right,
Like, hello.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we'd, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
But thank you for getting
Yes.
Victor.
And we did, the plates were biodegradable as well.
Yeah, they were rather lovely.
Yeah, they were, it's a bamboo leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a leaf sometime. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there was
That
some,
was nice.
yeah, the plates were all biodegradable. Yeah. Yes, we tried to use as much biodegradable as we could.
Yeah.
As much, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I kept my set of cutlery.
Yes.
To-
Yeah, that was my, that's the, way too much plastic at the bench. I heard all about it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
but thanks to Les over a lot of the setup too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He put in a lot of work too.
Yeah, we should say, yeah, yes, let's did a lot.
He's voluntold?
Yes, he got voluntold. and, Yeah,
Did it with a smile.
yeah, well, he did, yes. And the cleanup, yeah.
Yeah.
And Corey and Reese both showed up for cleanup too, which was
Oh, nice,
fantastic. Yeah,
nice.
they came to help, so. It was really good.
That's
And
good.
for those students to stay that extra hour and help with the cleanup, really like catapulted us forward
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Like it was really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, all the tables were cleared. except
Yeah.
for one, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
they really got us into a really good state. And plus the town employees that came and took all the tables and chairs, which
Yeah.
we didn't have to stack tables and chairs, was a huge.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And they set them up. That was fantastic. It was really fantastic.
And then the screening the next day
Yeah.
went really well too.
Oh, did it?
was-
Yeah.
Yeah, we had maybe a dozen people there, which was good.
And there was good social media stuff on that too. They were very positive response.
Oh, good. I didn't,
Yeah,
I didn't
there was
see
a
any of
lot.
that.
Yeah.
I did talk to one person who did not know that the event was going on. She was sorry she missed it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people that had no idea, like
Posters are every place.
Holly and Janine had no idea. And meanwhile, Andy's up there getting an award and they're like, what'd you get an award for? It's like the Truth and Reconciliation.
And their students,
and
and their students came and helped us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but we better adjourn because we
Okay.
can't run. Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Second? Okay, so we are adjourning at 3:24.
One thing, for May 19th, what date did we decide on the next meeting? Because I think that one.
Oh, yes.
Should.
I thought it was May 19th. I think we should,
I think Megan is away and I'm away.
oh,
Okay.
so maybe just send